Hello everyone, it's Paige and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I want to hit it farther, you want to hit it farther. Everyone is always talking about how do I hit it farther, and most of the time it's always about the driver. But you know what? I'm going to teach you how to hit your wedges farther, your irons farther, your woods farther. So let's go. First off, let's start with the big dog. Everyone always wants to gain yardage. First things first is, does your driver fit you perfectly? That is the easiest way to hit it farther, is having good quality equipment. If you check that box, then let's move on. So you don't always want to do the long hitting swing all the time because it's not as consistent. But if you want to do that, there are certain couple tips that you can do to hit it farther. But the second thing is find the center of the club face. So this is actually going to go almost against everything that I am going to tell you in a second. But if you want to hit it farther and also help your dispersion, hitting it in the center of the club face is the best way to do that. So you're actually going to harness that massive amount of power that you have and try to swing at like 85%. I see people trying to swing out of their shoes to hit as far as they possibly can, and then they're hitting it here and here and here and on top of here, which we call an idiot mark. We don't want any of those. And they're like, why am I not hitting it far? Because if you hit it in the center of the club face, that is where you're going to maximize the club use to get the most distance out of each and every swing. So to do so, it is your normal swing, but harness back the power. So it's a shorter, more compact backswing, a little bit slower, a smooth swing, and that is how you're gonna pick up around 5 to 10 yards. So remember, it's more of a smaller, shorter, compact, slightly slower swing. This is going to help your dispersion, but also add a couple extra yards because you're hitting it in the center of the face. So we talked about how to fix your dispersion and pick up a couple extra yards, but if you really want to get after it, here's what you're going to do. It's going to be a setup change first. You're going to put it a little farther forward in your stance. You're going to lean slightly back. From here, you want to feel as if you are coming slightly more from the inside and swinging up on the ball. You want to hit it higher on the club face with draw spin, and so no coming over it on this one. We're gonna come from the inside, swing up on it, and try to hit a nice high draw. And the most important part is your fastest part of your swing needs to be after impact. So what I like to do is the swoosh drill. Flip your club over, and you have to hear the swoosh after the golf ball. You never want to hear the swoosh here or hear the swoosh here, because then you're going to be decelerating through the golf ball. So a little slower and controlled on your backswing, and then fire through. I want you to feel grounded on this shot as well. Most people, when they're trying to hit it so hard, they lift and dip and move. I want you to feel like you are pushing your legs into the ground. You're driving it in and pulling your hips forward. Everything needs to be forward and through it. So let's bombs away. Okay, warrior stance, lean farther back, swing up on it. Fastest part of your swing here. The grunt also helps too. That is not mandatory, that is optional, but it does help me kind of loosen and get everything through it. This shot is not the most consistent shot. So you're going to hit it farther, but your dispersion is probably gonna be all over the place until you really harness that in. So I don't fully recommend this, but there are certain tee shots where it's a wide open fairway, maybe a nice little dog leg where you wanna cut it off the corner and you just wanna rip it. This is the shot that you hit. So everyone always talks about how to hit their driver farther, but let's talk about how to hit your irons farther. And this is gonna go back to tip number 1 that I gave on your driver. If you are not compressing the golf ball, you're not going to pick up those extra yards with your irons. So I'm gonna give you some drills to help you find better contact, to find it in the center of the face and really compress the golf ball. Drill number 1 is a kind of a knockdown drill. This is to get you comfortable hitting the ground. I think sometimes people are scared to actually make contact and to take a divot and to get their hands in the right position to be able to do so. Most people attack it and their hands are almost slightly back, or they're lifting up, and you want the club head to be, and you want the shaft to be slightly in front of the golf ball, which helps you get that really nice compression and that divot. So we're gonna do these half swings and really try to get everything moving forward, our hands moving forward, and being comfortable with hitting the ground. As you can see, I took a really nice divot there. My hands were in front of the golf ball when I was trying to find impact, and I execute exactly how I want to. And by doing this, again, you're getting really comfortable with finding solid impact and compressing the golf ball. And I want you to continue to do that drill until you are finding the center of the club face and you have that really heavy, deep sound when you are striking the golf ball. None of this thin stuff, none of this like tingy stuff. It needs to feel really heavy when you are hitting the golf ball. I have talked about this drill endlessly, and for good reason, because it is the best drill you can ever do. Tiger Woods also said that this was the drill that Butch Harmon told him to do when he was playing his best golf. When we talk about hitting it farther, I discussed this with the driver. We want to try to swing it harder, but having a really nice, consistent tempo will help you be slow where you need to be and quick where you need to be. So this is the stop at the top drill. You guys know this drill, you love this drill. Let's do it one more time together. So we're gonna set up normal. We're gonna go to the top and stop for a second, and then we're just gonna swing on through. This drill, even to this day, and I've done this drill so many times, it's hard for me. If you can hit a golf ball doing this, you can hit a golf ball doing full swings. So again, stop at the top. Trust me, if there's only one drill that you're gonna do this one. We all know this. We have an uncomfortable wedge yardage, a wedge yardage that is in between for us. And we have this dilemma. Do we step on a wedge? Do we try to get it there, or do we lay back and swing a little bit easier? And have you noticed that when you take some off of it and you swing it easier, sometimes it goes farther? So we're gonna talk about why that happens, because swinging a wedge as hard as you possibly can is so inconsistent. You're going to get ones that go really high, really far, thin, fat, up on the face, low on the face. It is so hard to control that shot. So here's how to control your wedges, how to flight your wedges to gain a little bit more yardage, and most importantly, consistent yardage. I never want to see you guys hit a wedge at 100%. I want you to slow it down. Our wedge is going to be between 80 and 90%. 90 is max. You are never going to swing a wedge full speed. So what you want to do to gain consistency, to hit it in the center of the face, to compress the golf ball, which will make you hit your wedges farther, is you're going to put it just center of your stance, slightly back. You're going to choke down. You're going to lean your body and the shaft forward, which is going to de-loft the wedge, which will add a couple more yards of distance. You're going to do your full swing, but a little bit more compact, a little bit slower, and I want you to stay through the golf ball. I don't want you to lift up and look at it. I want you to feel like the shaft is in front of the wedge. The flight is going to be slightly lower. You're going to hit it in the center of the face. It will still spin. You're actually gonna have more spin now than you would if you mishit it and tried to do a full swing. So play for that. Know that you're really gonna compress it. You're going to spin it now, so your wedges are going to be a little bit lower, but they're gonna have more spin than what you were doing previously. This shot is also so beneficial for when it's a bit windy out there, or if there is any kind of weather conditions, because with the lower flight you're going to bore through the wind, which again is going to pick up more yardage. If you struggle, especially into the wind with your irons and your wedges, it's because you are picking up on it. You're not hitting the ball solid, so the wind is going to affect your golf ball so much more. So if you're in the wind with a lower, more compressed ball flight, you'll maybe only see 5 yards of a difference compared to a 10-12 yard difference. Being a great ball striker in the wind is a massive, massive advantage. You don't need to see this high ball flight. Most people, again, have this perception, if I'm trying to spin it, I want to hit it as high as I possibly can. No, that is not correct. You want a bit of a lower ball flight, and you will see this with every single pro that you watch on TV. No one, except if there's something in their way or they really need to carry something, that they will try to hit it high. But majority of the time, 90% of the time, they are hitting these flighted wedges, these lower, boring, spinny wedges. Most people feel pretty confident off the tee with their fairway woods, and they feel like they are absolutely crushing it. But then when they hit it off the ground, they're like, where did my yardage go? Why am I not hitting it as far? And it's because you are not hitting it solid. The theme of today's video is finding the center of the club face. And so we are going to incorporate everything that I told you with the previous clubs, and we're going to apply it to our fairway wood. Most people overthink how to hit a fairway wood, and there's always, do you hit down on it? Do you hit up on it? Do you do all these things? It's like, you swing your swing. Like, you don't have to overcomplicate hitting a fairway wood. So we're gonna focus on our tempo, staying stabilized. Is that a word? Stabilized? You know what I'm saying. And we're gonna stay solid through the golf ball, and that's how you're going to have consistent yardage from tee to fairway with your woods. When you're hitting a wood off the fairway, you always hear, sweep it, just pick it, sweep it. And although that is partially true, you still don't want to be scared of the ground, because a well-struck fairway wood, you're going to take a divot. And again, most people think that you're picking it clean and you're sweeping it, and what are you doing? Then you're lifting up, you're scared to hit the ground, and then you're topping all of your fairway woods and you're losing distance. So I want you to feel that when you're hitting your fairway woods, again, we're going to focus on our tempo that is going to be consistent through all of our swings, all of our shots, no matter what we're doing. And we're going to focus on our tempo, but I really want you to feel stabilized. There we go. Stabilized through the shot. I like to think of this shot as the same as a fairway bunker shot, where I want to take some of the movement out of my swing, because you still want to feel as if it is like this slight sweeping motion, but you don't want to be scared of the ground. So if you stabilize yourself through the golf ball, you will hit a perfect fairway wood. So as you can see, I hit that one really well, and I did hit the ground and I took a slight divot, and that is exactly what you want. It's not this big heavy divot, but you are still going to hit the ground. So stabilize yourself, but don't be scared of the ground. And that is how you hit a consistent fairway wood, which will give you more yardage. So that is how you pick up more yardage with all of your clubs, and also fix your consistency. You're going to be so much more consistent and hitting it farther. That is the absolute perfect combination. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, comment down below, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next Thursday. Bye. Hey guys, I know that you are loving my YouTube channel, but you haven't seen the best stuff yet. That's over on my subscription site, Only Paige, link down below for 3 free videos. Definitely go check it out right now.